Shalom, family. This is Grammy, y'all, once again. You guys read the title. We are going to make vegetable broth with no money. And even down to the jars, you guys, it doesn't cost 1 cent. And you're probably like, Grammy, how are we going to make vegetable broth and don't have to buy jars? I'm going to show you in a minute. So let me tell you what I've been collecting, all right? So, okay, I have my 5-quart pot here, right? And as I'm cooking and preparing for my dinners and everything, I just kept my onion scraps. There is some purple onions in here. There are some white onions in here. I believe I have some broccoli scraps. I have celery scraps. I have some string beans that were going bad. I didn't get a chance to get to them. They're in here. I have lettuce. You guys, whatever vegetables. I also have mushrooms in here. You know, the mushroom, you know, the little hard ends. I have those in here. I mean, zucchini squash ends I have in here. You guys, the sky is the limit. So what you do is just gather them as you are cooking. You know, it may take 2 or 3 weeks before you can get enough to make some broth, right? And so what do you do with the scraps? I'm going to show you what to do with the scraps. You just pour them all into your pot. All right? Yes. I mean, even down to the lettuce, some lettuce was going bad. I was like, nope. I'm saving it all and just freeze it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw everything in here. And I was dealing with some carrots this morning. So let me get those carrots butts that I cut off. It's just that simple. All right, let me get these carrots. And see the carrot ends that I had this morning? I'm just going to throw those in there too. So whatever vegetable, you guys, and this is going to be totally free. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill this up with water. Like I said, this is my 5-quart pot. You may have less, you may have more, but this is going to give me a generous amount of vegetable broth for free. Who don't like free 99? All right, so let me fill this pot up with water and I'll bring you back. All right, now you guys, I have my pot filled up with water. I'm gonna put my lid on it and I'm gonna turn it on high, right? And once it comes up to a boil, I'm gonna let it boil for like 10 minutes. And then after 10 minutes of boiling vigorously, we're going to turn it down to simmer and let it simmer for like 20 minutes. So all the flavors, it will be pulled out of all these vegetables. I even saw some cauliflower in there as I was putting it in there. Some bell peppers. Y'all, the sky is the limit. Okay. And so while I was away, I also pulled out my pressure canner, right? Because we have to pressure can this because it is going to be vegetable broth. All right. So when I meant free, I meant free. These vegetables, we had already paid for them, right? And we already did what we wanted to do to them, right? And so this is stuff that was going in the trash. All right. So we kept it and we froze it. So that makes this free. All right. Another free is these jars. Look at these jars, you guys. Save your jars. This is an old spaghetti jar. Look for the jars that have that little button. You hear that? Make sure that your jars does this. And what we do with old spaghetti jars when we get finished with them, we toss them. But not Grammy. This is what our broth is going to go into. Old reused jars. This one is a roasted garlic jar. And hear that? Yeah. So I have 4 jars here. I have more, but I don't know how many I'm going to be able to fill. So once this comes to a boil and it simmers for 20 minutes, I'm heating up my water because my jar is going to be hot because this is going to be hot broth. And so that means your can of water has to be hot. Remember, everything has to match. All right, so I'll bring you back once the whole 30 minutes is over with. And then we'll start filling these jars. Let me just bring you a little closer. Just to see if we can recognize. Look, you see that? A red bell pepper, you guys. That's a green bell pepper with the seeds. Oh, and your onions, the skins of the onions, you guys. We're using the skins of the onions, so do not throw that away. All right, so now I'm just waiting for this to come up to a boil. We're going to boil it for 10 minutes, and then we're going to turn our fire down and let it simmer for 20 minutes, altogether 30 minutes for this goodness. It's been 30 minutes. I am going to put this bowl in the sink because I want to catch my broth. I'm going to put this colander, the strainer, over top of it. All right. And I also have a fine mesh strainer, a sieve. I don't know where that name came from, but anyway, a fine mesh strainer. So I'm gonna go to the stove and get my broth. It is very, very hot. I just took my jars out. My jars are hot as well. All right, this is my broth. I'm gonna pour it into this strainer. I hope you guys can see this. All right, it's all out. Now what I'm going to do is continue on straining it, because we want all the juices, you guys, all the juices. All right, you know what? I'm going to go back and get my pot so I can rest it in the pot so I can continue on catching my juices. Just going to let that sit in the pot so it can continue on collecting the juices. All right. Here we go. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this hot bowl of broth out of the sink. Hope you guys can see this. Let me put it down where you can see it. All right. And what I'm going to do is take my measuring cup, and I'm going to use this sieve because I don't want any pieces of vegetable. I just want clear broth. All right. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that absolutely beautiful? The store broth, the store vegetable broth, you guys, have y'all noticed it looks like water? It has like just a tinge of color to it. And see, look what's left. All that would have been in the jar. I don't want that in the jar. All right, so I'm gonna move this over. It is extremely hot. Let me get my mitt. All right. Do another one. And you're probably asking, Remy, why you not using the funnel? Because of these size jars, the funnel do not work. I will have broth everywhere. All right, and we're going to fill it up to the 1-inch headspace. All right, and here we go. It is so beautiful. Wow, hot. So what I'm gonna do is I need to wipe off my jars. I still have broth in here. I'm just going to show you these two. All right, I'm just going to wipe off my rims just in case if any debris got on it, because we want them to seal. And this is liquid, so you don't have to worry about debubbling because there is nothing in here but liquid. All right, so now I got to figure out the tops. Okay, when we're using regular canning jars, we usually do fingertip tight. But for these type of jars, you want to put it as tight as possible. Tight as possible. This is hot. All right, move that over. Find this top. Let's see what top am I looking for. Okay. All right. I'm going to show you this beautiful broth in a minute. Put this top on as tight as possible. You guys, if you want to, you can add a little salt in your broth. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? You've never seen no vegetable broth in the store that looks this beautiful. All right. You can add a little salt to it if you like, and some seasonings, but I'm not going to do that. All right. So I'm going to see if I can fill up one more jar and I'll bring you back. All right, family. I was able to get 3 free jars of vegetable broth. You guys, this is so beautiful. Let me show you this broth. I've never seen no vegetable broth this beautiful. All right, the ones in the store looks like water with a little tinge of tint. All right, so my water's hot, my jars are hot. I'm gonna turn my canner up on high, you guys. I was able to get 3 free jars of broth. All right. Even though these jars are not quite 32-ounce jars, we're going to use the 32-ounce jar timer, all right? So what I'm going to do, I got my fire on high, hot water in there, put my lid on it, close it up. Oh, let me add a little vinegar because I have hard water and I don't want my jars to come out cloudy. All right, probably about a tablespoon. Close it up. Make sure your canner is in the middle of your eye. This canner is hot because the hot jars came out of it. Now I have them on high. All right, so what I'm going to do now, once it comes up to pressure, this little steam, this little vent pipe right here will shoot steam steady for 10 minutes, you guys. Once it starts to shoot steam steady for 10 minutes, I'll bring you back. But let me just show you what the vegetables look like once they've been cooking for like 30 minutes, you guys. And guess what? We're still not throwing this away. We are putting this in our compost. Yes. So now it's still going to serve its purpose for in the spring when I start planting in my garden. So this is going to be making some lovely, lovely compost so I can start growing more vegetables. All right. And if you don't have a garden, a lot of people just give this to their livestock if they have livestock. Yeah. So I just want to tell you that nothing is going to waste. All right. So I'm bringing you back once it starts to shoot steam for 10 minutes. All right, family, this vent pipe has been shooting steam steady for 10 minutes. Put my weight regulator on it, and now I have to wait until it comes up to 10 pounds of pressure. Once it comes up to 10 pounds of pressure, I'll bring you back. If you do not know your elevation, just Google it. All right, family, I have reached 10 pounds of pressure. Now I will set my timer for 25 minutes because the jars that I have in my canner, they are 24-ounce jars, so I will treat them like quart-sized jars. All right? So after the 25 minutes, I will turn my fire off. I will wait until that button right there falls, but I will still wait a good 10 to 15 minutes before I open my canner, and I'll bring you back. All right, family, you probably want to know, what do I use vegetable broth for? I personally use vegetable broth to, like when I'm cooking my greens and my cabbage and things like that, instead of adding water, I cook them in my vegetable broth. Yes, and it takes it to another level, all right? And you can start your soups and your stews and your curry with vegetable broth. And you also, like when recipes may call for water, you can add vegetable broth in it. Like if you're trying to do like some like dirty rice or some type of rice or pasta dish, you can add the vegetable broth in, and voila, you got something great. So I'm just letting you know, these are some of the things that you can use vegetable broth in. All right, family, it has been about 15 or 20 minutes when my canner came down from pressure. All right, I'm gonna take off my weight regulator, and I will unscrew the top. I'm gonna open it up, let it back down. There's a lot of steam in there, you guys, so you want to open up away from you, and if not, you run the chance of getting burned. Okay, so I'm gonna lift it up again, and I'm gonna take it to the sink away from me. Alrighty, so let's see what we have here. My beautiful, beautiful vegetable broth. You guys, you can also do chicken and beef broth like this, but I was just showing you how you can do vegetable broth with no money. Absolutely free, you guys, absolutely free. So if you're on a budget, this is so simple. Stuff that we already have, just reuse it. That's it. You know, this is about as free can get. And if you don't have these jars, you can ask your family members or your friends to save these jars for you, okay? So let me just tell you a little bit about these jars. These jars take a little while longer to seal, but when they do seal, they make a loud pop. So I'm just letting you know what to look out for. Like the regular jars, they seal kind of like right away. Sometimes these can take up to 30 to 40 minutes to seal, that I've noticed, all right? So don't think that you did something wrong, all right? You guys, I do this for you. This is free. I love doing these free freebies, all right? I love you guys, and y'all know I do. Oh, but before we leave, please don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. Send this video to somebody. You guys, in this economy, with the prices going sky high and everything is like crazy, this is the ideal video for broth. How much broth cost? $2, $3 in the store? Free 99. I love you guys. Y'all know I do. But guess what? I love the Most High more. Shalom.